Once upon a time, there was a Zen master who lived in a small village in a remote corner of the world. One day, a group of villagers came to him, deeply concerned about the state of the world. They spoke of the wars, the violence, the political turmoil, and the environmental disasters that seemed to be spreading everywhere. They asked the master, "What can we do in the face of such chaos?" The master listened to them carefully, and then he replied, "There is a story that might help you understand." He began to tell the story of a great storm that had swept through the countryside, uprooting trees, destroying houses, and causing widespread devastation. The villagers had gathered in the temple, seeking refuge from the storm. As they huddled together, the temple door burst open, and in came a frantic man. "Help me!" he cried. "My house has been destroyed, and my family is trapped beneath the rubble." Without hesitation, the villagers sprang into action. They organized themselves into teams, gathered tools and equipment, and set out to rescue the man's family. For hours, they worked tirelessly, digging through the debris, lifting heavy beams, and pulling out survivors. By the end of the day, they had saved several lives. The master paused in his story, and then he continued. "Now imagine that the same storm is raging through the world. The chaos, the destruction, the suffering is everywhere. What can we do in the face of such a vast and overwhelming catastrophe?" The villagers looked at him, waiting for an answer. The master replied, "We can do what the villagers did in the temple. We can come together, organize ourselves, and help those who are in need. We can offer kindness, compassion, and practical assistance. We can work tirelessly to alleviate suffering wherever we find it." The villagers nodded, but some of them looked skeptical. "But what about the larger issues?" they asked. "What about the wars, the politics, the environmental crises? How can we possibly address those?" The master smiled. "Those issues are like the storm," he said. "They are vast, powerful, and beyond our control. But just as the villagers in the temple could not stop the storm, they could still do something. They could help one person at a time, and in doing so, they could make a difference. Likewise, we can each do our part, no matter how small, to make the world a better place. And if enough of us do so, we might just weather the storm together." The villagers left the temple, feeling inspired and empowered. They knew that they could not solve all the world's problems, but they could still do something. They could still offer their kindness, their compassion, and their energy to help those in need. And who knows, they thought, perhaps they might just make a difference after all. Be the change you wish to see in the world.